Hello guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Kobe and this is SkyTech Digital. Now in this video, I'm going to show you how you can be able to create or customize your Woocommerce My Account page. Okay, so user dashboard for Woocommerce. I'm going to show you how I created this beautiful dashboard over here. So as you can see, this is what a beautiful user dashboard, which is also mobile responsive. Okay, so this is just a simple user dashboard that you can be able to create beautifully using Elementor. Now, as you can see, this is the dashboard itself. Now somebody can be able to, when I click on profile over here, I'll get all my profile details too over here. When I click on others also over here, I'll be able to get all my other details also over here. Of course, I don't have any products, so as you can see, it says I haven't made any order yet. If you go to downloads also, the same thing applies to downloads. I don't have any downloads yet. And then you can also check your addresses also over here. So as you can see, your shipping address and then your billing address all can be placed over here. And then also we have a button for call. Okay, so maybe somebody wants to maybe you want to call the customer care or something. You can be able to click on it and then make a call from your phone straight away. And then also a chat button also over here, or WhatsApp button also over here, where you can be able to place a WhatsApp call to or WhatsApp. You can chat WhatsApp to the owner of the customer care or whatever that you want to chat with. Okay, over here now basically is the customer care. And then you can also log out from here. Okay, and then you can be able to place the company logo or the website logo, anything over here. Okay, so this is how it looks like. Now I'm going to show you how, if a user come to the dashboard, can be able to effectively or nicely log on to this dashboard very nicely. So let's say this is the website. Okay, so I have only one product on the in the shop over here. Now let's say I want to go to my account or log into my account. So I click on account over here, and then I have this login page to be able to log into my account. So I have to log into my account, so I'm going to go and then log into the account page over here, and then you see how it looks like. So guys, after me logging in, this is how it looks like. Okay, so very beautifully nicely designed dashboard over here, which is good for any kind of websites that you are creating. Okay, so you can be able to go through all the details over here, and then you see. Now what really I love about this one that I created is that after creating and then doing a whole lot of things, it took a whole lot of time for me to be able to create this one, but I was able to achieve it because I used Elementor and then also another plugin to hide the other widgets when you log out. Okay, and that is the beautiful thing that I like about this one. Now of course it is mobile responsive, so you can be able to view it well on mobile. Now this is a preview on my mobile phone, and then also I can also show you how the mobile side also looks like. Okay, so this is how the first mobile that I designed looked like. Okay, but if I refresh it, I'm sure it's going to change everything. So as you can see, this is how the mobile really looks like. Okay, so it's really nice. It's mobile responsive. You can be able to go through it nicely. Your customers will love the design and other stuff that you've given to them. So this is what I'm about to create, and if you love it, please give me a thumbs up so that I'll be able to continue to create these amazing tutorials all the time for you guys. Let's jump into the main thing. Alright guys, so this is my dashboard over here. So if you look at the dashboard, I'm using Elementor hosting for this particular website. So that is how you see the dashboard as a little bit different from the normal WordPress website. So you have your hosting over here, and then all the other things over there. So with Elementor hosting, you have Elementor Pro. Also, it comes with Elementor hosting. So I'll like you guys to check out Elementor hosting for your website, and it's also very fast. The page speed is really fast. Okay, so you can also check it out. I'll leave the link in the description. If you want to use Elementor hosting, you can use that link and then get Elementor hosting. If you use it, you are helping the channel to you are supporting the channel in one way or the other. So please make sure you use the link if you need Elementor or Elementor hosting. Okay, so that is it. So first of all, to be able to create the dashboard that we are going to create, you have to have Elementor and then Elementor Pro installed. Okay, so if you look at my my plugins over here, I'm going to go into installed plugins, and then I have Elementor and Elementor Pro installed, and then also one other plugin, which is Visibility Logic for Elementor. Of course, you have your WooCommerce installed already, so you need to have Elementor, because we're going to use Elementor free version and then Elementor Pro installed. Now if you want to specifically watch how I use the free version to create a dashboard, you can be able to watch this video over here. And then also if you want to upgrade it to this new dashboard, then you need to continue watching this video. If not, if you just want the free version, then I think you need to go and watch this particular video. Okay, I'll leave the link in the description so that you can also go and watch that video. In that video, we use only Elementor free version to be able to create the dashboard or redesign the dashboard to the way we like. And then having Elementor installed and then having Elementor Pro installed, like I told you, you need to have Visibility Logic for Elementor also installed. Now this one controls the visibility of the other widgets or the columns that we place on the website. So for instance, we want to hide these particular columns over here, the sidebar over here, which contains our the users details, and then the menu items over here, and then also our company or logo and other stuff. We want to hide it when the user is not or hasn't registered or hasn't logged into the website. So we want to hide it. Okay, and that is exactly what we're going to do using the Elementor visibility logic over here. So make sure that you have Elementor installed, Elementor Pro. Now Elementor Pro, we're going to use Elementor Pro to be able to use dynamic tags. Okay, so for instance, when a user logged in, we want to show the user's image, we want to show the user's name, and then also the user's email. Okay, all these ones can be done using Elementor Pro. That is why we are using Elementor Pro. But if you don't want anything like this, then you can go ahead and then use Elementor free to also follow along. Also over here, the colors. Okay, we want to use Elementor Pro to be able to use dynamic tags for the colors and then the chat with us. Okay, so that is why we are using Elementor Pro. So Elementor free version, Elementor Pro, and then visibility logic for Elementor. If you have these three things installed, then of course you have your own WooCommerce also installed, so we can go ahead and then start with the tutorial. Now after that, we also need to activate certain things from Elementor. So when we hover on Elementor over here, we're going to go to settings over here, and then we make sure that we have activated Elementor Flexbox container and then nested element also. So we're going to go over there and then install activate those things. Okay guys, so as you can see over here, this is what the settings over here. So we will go to features. Okay, so make sure that you are under features over here. Now scroll down and then make sure that you activate Elementor Flexbox container over here. So make sure that the default will be just default. Okay, so just click on this one and then click on activate to activate it, and then you can also activate the grid container also, which requires the flexbox, but I'm just going to leave it as default. And then you can come to nested element also, and then make sure that you activate nested element. So because we're going to use these things to be able to help us create whatever that we want to create. So after you have activated all of them, just scroll down and then click on save changes to save your changes. Now we can go ahead and then edit or redesign our my account page. So to do that, we're going to hover on pages over here. We're going to go to all pages. Now, you know, when you install WooCommerce, it comes with different pages. Okay, so it will come with your cart page, your checkout page, my account page, and then sometimes refund and returns also, and then the shop page. Okay, so we are going to redesign this one using Elementor. So what we are going to do is we go hover on this one and then just click on edit with Elementor. So I'm going to click on edit with Elementor over here to use it to redesign my account page. Okay guys, so as you can see over here, this is you know, how Elementor looks like. Now for those of you who are using Elementor for the first time, if you know, use Elementor to edit a page, you're gonna have something like this. Now of course, you're having this ones because the shortcode is already embedded in it in the account page. That is why we have seen you know, the shortcode over there. But aside that, everything is okay, everything is all right. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to, you know, remove the shortcode from the text editor. Okay, so I'm just going to just copy it and then, you know, save it on the clipboard. We'll use it later on. Now I'm going to delete this one over here. Okay, I'm going to delete the container that you see in it over here. Now as you can see, this one have a page title over here and then also a header. Okay, now I don't want the page to have even a header and a footer. Okay, so I also have a footer over here. I don't want all those things, so I'm going to go and click on settings over here, and then I will scroll down and then you see this one which says page layout over here. I'm going to click on the default and then use Elementor canvas. So I'm going to click on Elementor canvas, and then I'll be able to use Elementor canvas to be able to design my page the way I want it. So I don't want any header, I don't want any footer. All I want is a blank page over here to be able to start designing my account page. So now that I have Elementor canvas, you know, already done and then set up, I can go ahead and then drag this container. So you see that under layout we have container over here, and we're going to drag this container into this place. Okay, so we will have a complete container over here, or I can just decide to click this one and then click on the plus icon over here, and then as you can see we have different structures of containers over here. Okay, so what I will pick is I'm going to pick this particular one over here, which is a very two-column structure container, or two different containers. Okay, just that one is a little bit small and the other one is what, big, and that is how I want my structure to be like. So I'm going to click on it and then I'm going to have something like this. Now of course I want to change this one to let's say full width. Okay, and then also I want to give my this one the minimum height to VH over here. Now I'm going to drag it to 100%. Okay, and the reason why I'm doing this is I just want, you know, that the whole thing to cover the full screen of the page. Okay, so the viewport or the view height of the width of the page. So that is exactly what I wanted. So just 100% full width and then 100% minimum height, 100 VH minimum height. Okay, so basically like this. So I have this one over here. Now what I'm going to do next is I'm going to go and click on this particular one over here which says edit section or edit container. Go to advanced over here and I'm going to unlink the padding. Okay, so that everything will be you know, there will be no padding. Okay, so what Elementor does is Elementor gives I think a 20 20 pixel padding for almost every container or every session that you create. Okay, so I'll unlink the padding, unlink the margin also, so that I wouldn't have anything. I'll just have something brought to work with. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to create different session. This is the place I will create my my sidebar menu over here. So if I open this container, you see that it have two different containers. Okay, this is the first one and this is the second one. Okay, so the first one over here and then the second one over here, two different containers. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on this one over here, and then I want to change the background color. Okay, so I will change the background color to this color. So to change the background color, I'm going to go to style over here, and then I'll say background color. So I'm going to change the background color to #6 6E00DC. So I'm going to click over here which says color, and then change it to #6 6E00DC. Okay, so I want something like this. Okay, so that's going to be my main color. Okay, now there will be 3 different columns in it. Okay, 3 different columns in this. Now I have to also go to layout over here, and then make sure that the direction is this one. Okay, so the vertical column direction over here, and then I'll create 3 different columns, or I'll add 3 different columns using container over here. So the first one, I'm going to click on this one and bring this container into this particular container. Now this container will house our user profile name, user profile picture, user profile name, and then also the email address. So it's going to have an image and then 2 different headings, which we use dynamic tags to be able to input all those things into this place. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just click on, let me go this container also. I'm going to click on this particular container which have this inner container. So to even go ahead, I'm going to just duplicate this one to 3 different containers. So 1 and then 2. So we're going to have 3 different containers. Okay, so I'm going to click on this particular one and then give it what a space between. Okay, so that one will be at the top, one will be in the middle, and then the last one will be at the bottom. Okay, so what I'm going to do also is to go to advanced of the same particular container and then unlink the margin or the padding over here. So make sure that you have the this container. So now I'm going to rename the container so that you guys will know how to be able to call this. So I'm going to call this one the left sidebar. Okay, so I'm going to call it the left sidebar, and then inside the left sidebar we have another container over here. Okay, so inside, so this one is going to be the main container. Main container. So this one will be the main container, and then inside the main container we're going to have let me check the spelling of container if it's correct. No, I think I spelled it wrongly, so I'm going to go back again and then correct the container over here. Yeah, okay, so this is going to be the main container, and then inside the main container we have the left container, which is this one. So left sidebar, which contains the the menu and the logo and all those things, and then this one is also the right the right content container. Okay, so the right content container. So we have this one over here. Now inside the left sidebar we have the top. Okay, I'm going to call this one top. I'm going to call this one menu, and then I'm going to call this one, let's say, footer. Okay, So this is how it's going to be like. Okay, so that you know the difference between all the containers that we've added. Now that we have, we know, so this one contains all of them. Okay, so this one houses all of them. So now we're going to go to the top container. Now the top container, or the top column container over here, now we're going to add in some few other widgets in it. So what we're going to do is we're going to click on this particular grep icon over here, click on it, and then we will search for image. So we're going to drag in an image over here. Okay, so drag in an image widget over here. Okay, so now that we have an image widget over here, now you see there is no image over here. So what we are going to do is we are going to use dynamic tags. So if you hover over here now, just to let you know, dynamic tags are only in Elementor Pro. Okay, so if you don't have Elementor Pro, I'll leave the link in the description for you. Please go ahead and then check out Elementor Pro and then follow along over here. Now if you are using the link, it is an affiliate link. It will be able to you're helping the channel, or you're supporting the channel, so feel free to use the link. If you don't want to use the link also, you can check out Elementor Pro in Google or anywhere, and or an Elementor website, and then you can be able to get your Elementor Pro. Now let's go ahead and then continue. So you see that there is this tag over here which says dynamic tag. So we're going to click on it, and then what are we going to search for? So we're going to search for user profile picture. Okay, so that is what we will look for, user profile picture. So we're going to click on it, and then it's going to give us this user profile picture over here. Now I'm going to go to style over here to style it a little bit. Okay, so that is exactly what I am going to do. So just style the the icon or the top column image a little bit. So the image width will be 30%, and then I'm going to go ahead and then give it border radius of, let's say, 50 pixels. Okay, so this how it's going to be, like 50 pixels. Now of course you can decide to choose whatever thing that you want to do. Now also we want to give a main column for the left sidebar over here. We want to give the column the size over here. So I forgot to do that because I used this one. I'm going to change this one to just 30. Okay, make sure that it is 30. So at the moment you change, you see that this one has become round over here, and that is what we want. So we have our image over there set up properly. Now don't worry if you don't see any image, because the user, that is me, I don't have any image over here. Okay, so if I log in with a different user which have an image, it will be able to shown over here, and that is exactly what we will do. So now that I have everything set up over here, I can go ahead and then add different headings also to here. So we're gonna bring the how do you call it, the heading 1, which contains the user info, and then the other heading which also contains the email address. So the user info, that is the username, and then the email address also. So we're gonna go over here and then just drag in a heading widget over here. So underneath this we're gonna drag in a heading widget. Okay, we want this one to be here. So yeah, basically want it to be in the top column, or the top side of the website. Now what we're going to do is we're going to delete this one over here, and then what we are going to do is we will be able to use dynamic tags, okay, to be able to bring in all those things over there. So what we will do is we will click on the dynamic tags over here. So no, this particular one. So if you click outside over here, you see that you have dynamic tags over here. We're going to click on dynamic tags over here, and then we will search for user info. Okay, so under site you're going to see that we have user info over here. So click on user info, and then you see this is it a ranch icon or the spanner or this whatever it is icon over here, just click on it over here and then choose the field that you want. So what we're going to do is we want a display name or a username or whatever it is. Okay, so let's say we want a username. Okay, so if you choose a username, this is how it's going to be like. So this is the user name that I'm using on this particular website. Now I want a before thing, so let's say I just don't want the username, I want something the username. So I'll say maybe welcome. Okay, and then I'll give a space so that it's gonna be a little bit. So welcome blah blah blah. So if it is welcome Kitech, you see it over here. Okay, welcome Kitech. Now if it is the first name that you want to choose, you can also decide to, or the display name, you can also decide to use the display name, which my display name is the Kitech. So as you can see over here, welcome Kitech. Okay, now I'm going to use the username because that is what I want. So I'm going to use the username for my website over here. You can go ahead and even use any different thing. So now that I have this one, then I want to style it a little bit. So I'm going to go to style, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to give a color for it. Now the color I'm going to give is DA. Okay, this particular color over here. Now I'm going to give it typography, which is Poppins. That is what I want to use. So I'm going to give Poppins over here, and then I'll give it 800 pixels, and then it's gonna be something like let's say 600 semi-bold. Okay, so 600 semi-bold over here, and then I'm gonna go to content and then position it in the middle over here. So as you can see, this is how it's gonna be like. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is, because it's the same heading, I will duplicate it. Okay, I'm gonna duplicate this one over here, and then I will delete I will still use the user info over here, but with this time around it's going to be email. So I'm going to change the field and then just use email. Okay, so as you can see, my email address will be what's populated over here. Okay, so instead of it saying welcome, I'll go to the advanced and then remove the welcome from there, so that it's not going to say anything else. Now with the email also, I want to change some few things over there. So this one also, I'm going to use hash C2. Okay, so C2. And that is what I'm going to use. Okay, and then I will just give it Poppins and then 12 pixels. So the typography is going to be Poppins, and then here is going to be 12, and then it's going to be 300 light. Okay, so it's going to be a little bit lighter. Now I really have this one. Now you see there's a bit of space over here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to advanced and then push this one a little bit up. So I'm going to go to margin and then on link margin and then give it to like a 20 or maybe like a 15. So let's say 1 5 negative. So negative margin of top margin of 15, which is quite okay for me. Now with the top over here, okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to give it a gradient background. Okay, so as you can see over here is having a gradient background. So that is exactly what I want to do. I want to give it a gradient background. Okay, and then I also give it border not a border padding at the top and then on the bottom. So I'm going to go to the advanced over here and then unlink this particular thing and then give it a pattern like let's say 20. Okay, so 20, or let me give it like a 30. Okay, and then bottom of also 30, button also 30. So something like this will be okay, so that when I give the how do you call it, when I do the background, it's going to be what I want. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to style to give the background. Now the background type, I'm going to give it a gradient background type. Okay, so with a gradient background type, I'm going to give it two different colors. Now the first color, which is a 6E00DC. Okay, so we're going to give it 6E00DC or DC. Okay, so this one over here, and then with this particular one also, I'm going to give it A417E5. So it's going to be A417E5. So this one also. Now the next one that we're going to do is we want to give this particular one, we want to give it like a, you know, is a border shape or shape, you know, shape at the bottom. Okay, so I'm going to go shape divider. I'm going to use shape divider. I'll go to shape divider over here and then go to bottom, and then I'll give it a mountainous shape. So as you can see, this is how it looks like. Okay, now what I want is I want this one and this one to blend through. Okay, so as you can see, this one is giving me like a white kind of thing. So with the color that I want to give that same color that I gave to the top of the gradient, so or the same color which is over here. Okay, so that it would kind of like blend through a little bit. So I'm going to give it the 6E00DC color. Okay, so as you can see, this is how it looks like. Now I can reduce the opacity a little bit. Okay, so that you wouldn't really feel that it is what it is, that kind of mountainous thing. So if we do it like this is how it's going to be like. So as you can see, it is what nicely done over here. So I can go back to advanced over here and then just give it a little bit of like a padding at the bottom, which is like 40. Okay, which is quite okay. So now I think my top is you know, taking shape. Okay, my top is taking shape. Now my top is really done. I need to come to the middle over here, which have all the menu, you know, items over here. So we can go ahead and then update it. So anytime you are, you know, working on Elementor, make sure that you update your things over here. Now before we even go for it, I want to over here, I want to, you know, paste in my widget. Okay, so my account shortcode over here, because remember we copied it. Okay, so what I want to do is just paste in over here so that I don't really forget it. So what I'm going to do is with this side, which is, let me close this one and go to the right side over here. With the right side over here, I'm going to create two different containers inside it. Okay, so I'm going to go to this place and then drag in first container over here, and then I want to duplicate this one also. So I'm going to duplicate this particular one also. Now I'm going to put my how do you call it, my widget over here. Okay, or my shortcode over here. So I'm going to click on this one and then search for shortcode widget. So I'm going to drag over here and then paste in my shortcode widget over here, and then I'll paste the account shortcode widget. So as you can see, we have all these things over here. Now the reason why I pasting it, I want to know what I have over here so that I'll be able to what have it over here. Okay, so as you can see, we have dashboard, we have orders, we have downloads, we have address, we have account details, and then contact. Okay, so now that we have all this one set, we can go ahead and then bring in our icon boxes over here so that we can be able to insert whatever thing that we want to insert over here. Okay guys, so let's click over here, and then over here we will be searching for icon box. So in the middle we are looking for icon boxes. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to search for icon box over here. So I'm going to, now you see when I type icon, I have icon box, and then I have what, icon list. Okay, so which other one that you want to use it, but I'm using icon box. So I'm going to drag in this icon box over here, Okay, now we want to make this icon box just like this particular one over here. Okay, so how do we do that? So what we're going to do is we don't want the description, we don't need it. Okay, so we just want this one which says what dashboard. Okay, and then we will just search for one particular dashboard. So let's look for board over here, and then you can choose which other dashboard. I'm going to use this one over here, and then I'll click insert. Now with a view, I'm going to make it frame. Okay, and then I'll make it like a circle over here. Okay, which is quite okay. Now I'll go to I'll go to over here and then make it this one. Okay, so as you can see, I want it to be on the left position. The icon should be on the left position, and then vertical, I'm going to make it in the middle. Okay, so it's going to be positioned in the middle over here. Now with the icon, you can give it the size that you want. Okay, so with the size, I'm going to give it like a 10. Okay, so the icon is going to be like a 10, and then with the how do you call it, the typography, I'm going to go inside wall and then choose poppins, and then also choose the size that I want. So I think I'm done over here with the icon. Let me check the size, the color that I gave the icon. So with the icon, what I will do is I'll give it all white. Okay, I will give it all white icon. So I think the 10 is a bit too small. Let me give it like a 15. Okay, so maybe this one, if I feel like it's not okay, I'll just come back and then change it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the content over here, and then over here with the title also, I'm going to give it EA. So what I'll do is I'll clean this one and then say EA. Okay, basically this one is quite okay. And then with the typography, I'm going to go for poppins and then change the size. So poppins, and then I'll change the size to 14, and then it's going to be 400 bold. Okay, so 400 bold. And as you can see, now I need to make sure that this size is also fitting the size that I want. So I'm going to go back to the icon over here and then change the size to the 10 that I needed. Okay, so I think it's quite okay. It's quite okay. So what I'll do is I'll go back to the content over here, and then let me see if the typography, let me see if I could just let me check the spacing over here. Okay, so with the spacing, give it like a 8 or 7. Okay, so 8 or 7 will be all right. And then come to the icon over here and reduce the space. Okay, so we're gonna reduce the space like this. Yeah, so this one is what is quite okay. Now we can go to advanced over here. And then what we're going to do is we're going to give it like a padding. Okay, so I'll link the padding over here and give it a left padding of 30. Okay, so I'll give it a left padding of 30. So basically it's going to be something like this. Okay, yeah, so something like this is quite okay. Yeah, so something like this. Now I'm going to go over here and then go to style or go to advanced. Okay, I'm going to go to advanced and then go to background over here, and I'm going to give it a background. Okay, so it will be a hover background. So with a hover background over here, okay, I want to give it a classic a classic background, and then the color of the background, let me check what color I used. Okay, so the color of the background will be AE00DE. Okay, so it's gonna be AE00DE. Okay, so this particular color. Okay, so as you can see over here, now let's check the icon box and see. So with this one, what we're going to do is we're going to click on this one over here, and then we go to advanced, and then we want to unlink the padding. Okay, so unlink the padding, unlink the margin. Okay, so now it will be fitting from left to right without any space, just like this. But we still want to give a top and bottom padding for the icon box. So what we're going to do is we're going to click on the icon box and then give it a 10 over here, and also give it a button of 10 over here. So it's going to be something like this. So now that we have our icon box ready, what the next one that we have to do is we want to link this particular thing to this one. Okay, so what I'll do is all right, click over here. Let me see if this one here it wouldn't work. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to I'm going to update this one. Okay, I'm going to open the My Account page in a different place. So I'll go to, let's say I'll go to view image and then open it, view page, and open it in a different tab, and then I'll be able to see this one over here. Now I can be able to just copy the link. So I'm going to copy the link over here, come over here, and then click on this one, and then make sure that, so I'm going to go over here, just click on the back over here, and then just click on the edit button over here, go to content, and then you see where it says link. Okay, so I'm going to paste this particular link over there. Okay, now I want to duplicate this one so that I'm going to have 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. So I'm going to have additional 7 added to this one. So I will just duplicate this one. So duplicate one, duplicate this one, duplicate also, just duplicate it to reach the number that we want. Okay, so I'm going to duplicate this one. Okay, so 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 and then 8. Okay, so we have what? We have 8 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 8 over here. So over here, what do we have over here? We have profile, orders, download. So we're going to use this one as what? As profile, and then we'll change this one to user. So as you can see, you can just use this particular one over here. Okay, and then we'll be able to change the link also. So if you go to my account over here, you can be able to change account details. We're going to use the account details as profile, and then we change this one, and then you can go ahead and then do, I'm going to go ahead and then do all of them, okay, one by one. So just don't go anywhere, stay with me as I rush through to do the rest. Alright guys, so I've been able to do all of them. Now what I haven't done is I think I haven't added some links to some of them. So I'm going to check through. Yeah, this one, the link is wrong. So I'm going to go over here and then check the address link over here, and I'm going to come over here and then insert the address link over here. So this one is correct, this one is also correct, this one is also correct, this one is also correct. So for now all of them are correct except this one's over here. Okay, so as you can see, let's click on call us over here. Now we have call us over here. Okay, so to be able to use our our call us button so that it will be actionable, so that people can be able to just click on it and then be able to call us. Now we need to use dynamic link, so we're going to delete the link that we have over here and then use the dynamic tags over here. Okay, so we're going to click on the dynamic tag over here, and then we will look through for actions. Okay, so as you can see, actions. Now I'm going to say this one again. Dynamic tags are for Elementor Pro. Okay, so if you are using Elementor free version, you cannot be able to use this particular one over here. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're just going to set the contact URL over here as the URL that we want people to be able to use to call us. So what we're going to do is we're just going to click on contact URL over here, and as you can see, we can click on this ranch icon over here and then select the action that we want to use. So the action we want to use is telephone. So over here we can just type in our telephone number over here. So we're gonna just click on telephone, or type in our telephone number over here. So I'm going to just type in my telephone number, and then I'll go ahead and then save it. So I'm going to update it, and then the same thing is what we're going to do for the WhatsApp also. So for the WhatsApp also, the same procedure, the same thing that we went through, we're going to use it for we went through for the call us, we're going to use it for the WhatsApp. Okay, okay, so we're going to click on this edit icon, and then we're going to I'm going to go over here, and then I'm going to delete this link and click on the dynamic tags over here, and then look through for actions over here. And then the action I'm going to do is I'm going to just click on contact URL, and then I'm going to click on the ranch icon over here, select which one I want to use, which is the WhatsApp. Okay, and then what do I need to do? I need to set my WhatsApp number over there. So the same thing also. Okay, that is the WhatsApp, and then I'm going to update it. Okay, so the last one that we have to do is this particular one over here, which is the logout. So over here, the logout is also very simple, just like the other ones that we did. I'm just going to pick the logout, how do you call it, the logout link over here, and then just copy the link, come over here, and then paste the link over here. Okay, so that's basically what is going to be. So now we have our middle one also set up. Now the only thing is there's kind of like a space over here. Okay, so let's try and then see if we can solve the spacing issue. So I'm going to click on this edit container over here, and I'm going to go to layout, and then with the layout, now as you can see, the gap between columns, you have 20 pixels set already. So I'm just going to remove that kind of like how do you call it, the gap between over here, so that at the moment I did it, you see that it shrank down. Okay, yeah, that's exactly what I want to do. So yeah, that is it. So I can just give it like, let's say like 5 or something. Okay, just to let it breathe. Okay, so basically something like this will be fine. And then what I want to do also is just give a top and bottom kind of like padding or margin for it. Okay, so I'm going to go over here, and then over here I'm going to give a top let's give a top margin and see how it's going to react to it. So I'm going to give a top margin of let me say 10. Okay, so margin wouldn't be fine for me, so I'll give it a top padding of 10 and a bottom padding of also 10. Okay, so that this one can also breathe small. Okay, so basically I think everything is working fine, everything is working perfectly as we planned. Now I can click on update. Okay, and then we can go ahead and then just preview what we have done. Okay, so far we've done this one, which is almost close to this one over here. Okay, so it's a little bit close to this one, but it's not it's okay, it's somehow close, okay. So as you can see, it is somehow close. Now we can even decide to decrease the size of this one, because if you look at this one, the size is not the same. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to go to, let me just yeah, this is the menu, this is the top, and then this is the whole left bar. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're just going to decrease the size a little bit. So I'm going to go over here and then say, let's say 20. Okay, so 20 will be quite okay. Yeah, 20 is quite okay. Okay, so basically 20 is even a little bit small, so let's say 25. Okay, so with this one I'll just leave it as it is. Yeah, 25 will be fine for me. Okay, 25 will be fine for me, so I'm just going to just update it. Okay, so the last one that we're going to do is we're going to do this one over here. So I'm just going to click over here, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring image box. Okay, so you see this one over here, image box. I'm going to drag it into this container over here. Now I'm going to remove this whole thing, and I'm going to just say Kitech Digital. Okay, of course you can link it to anything, so I'm going to link it to my website. Okay, so over here I'm going to just bring in my logo over here. So as you can see, this is the logo that I want. I'm going to insert it over here. Now we want to make it just exactly like this one over here. So as you can see, this is what we want. So what we're going to do is we'll go to style over here and position it like this, and then it should be in the middle over here. Okay, so with the image also we can change the the border radius. Okay, so the border radius we can change it. So let me make it like a 50. See that it's going to be like a rounded image over here. And then with the let's move to the content. With the content also we can just make it just customize it or style it the way we want it. So with the content also, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to change this one to let me see, 290052. okay, so this is not what we want. Okay, so what we want is to change the color over here to this particular thing. So I'm going to just delete this one and then just make it DA. Okay, so DA is quite okay. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to just give it like a poppins over here. So poppins, and then also with a size I'm just going to say maybe 14. Okay, so 14 is also quite okay. Now if 14 is quite okay, that means that this one is also a little big, so we can just go ahead and then reduce the image width a little bit. So we can go and then give it like a 20. Okay, so if you give it like a 20, then we can also come back to the content over here and then give this one like a 16 here, and then make it 400. Okay, so now that we have this one done, Now over here we can give, I want to give a background. Okay, so I'll click on this last column, the footer column over here, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go here, the style over here. Let me see the style and give it, you know, a background of this, okay, which is going to be 290052. Okay, and then I'll go to advanced, and then you know, just unlink the padding over here, give it top 10, bottom 10, and then the left I'm going to give it like a 35 over here. Now it's quite okay for me, so I'll just update it. Okay, so when we look at it this way, we can just, you know, see how it looks like. So basically, yeah, this is how it looks like. Okay, so guys, as you can see, this is how it looks like, and this is how we want it to be. Now what we want to do is we will love to, you know, just delete certain things from here. Okay, especially this one, so that everything will be focused on this particular one. Now with this one, we're going to add a little bit of CSS. Okay, so to be able to add the CSS, just go to my website over here. Now I have a blog over there which says how to customize my account page, WooCommerce account page with Elementor. Now just scroll down, okay, and then just copy this whole code over here. Okay, so as you can see, it says what WooCommerce my account. This is the code. Okay, so with this CSS ID or the CSS you know, class over here, we want to display none. Okay, so we want to display the navigation that you see over here. We don't want to display anything. And then over here, the content also. Okay, my account content, we want to make it the 100% full width. Okay, so because if we display none, the width wouldn't be 100%, but we still want to make it to 100% full width. Okay, so that is why we're adding this code to our website. Now to add the code, we're going to copy it, just copy it, and then, you know, come back to your website. Now click on customize over here. Okay, just click on customize. All right guys, so over here what we're going to do is we're going to go to additional CSS over here, and then we're going to add this CSS code that we copied over here. Okay, so you see, let me just undo it now. See, look, see the change that is going to happen over here. So at the moment I add the code, see that all this one will go away. Okay, and then it's going to be what display 100% full width. Now let's say I want to delete this one. Okay, you see it's going to shift to this side. Okay, and that is not what we want. We want it to be full width. Okay, so it's going to be something like this. Okay, so perfectly done. Now we're going to publish it. Okay, so now we can just close this one, and then we're going to go to our account page, having everything that we want. So now if you click on you know, profile, we're going to have all our profile over there. Okay, so we're going to have, you know, all the profile details, and we can go ahead and then edit it. If you click on orders over here, it's going to tell us that we don't have any orders yet. If you click on downloads, the same thing. Addresses, you're going to see all your addresses also over there. Okay, so basically that is how you can be able to just do this. Now if you look at this particular thing over here, now there are a lot of things that is going on. Okay, so as you can see, this one have a little bit of a shadow. That is why it has read this particular sidebar column. Okay, and then also you can see that there is also some kind of like you know, gradient circle thing in this particular page. Okay, also that one, and then also this one is sticky. Okay, meaning that it doesn't really scroll up and down. So for instance, let me go to profile over here, and then you see that the profile, when you scroll, okay, so when you scroll, this one will still be sticky. I just want something which is a little bit long, but we are not getting there because we haven't done anything. But then we made this one sticky so that it doesn't really scroll up and down. So it is sticky, okay? No matter whatever I do, it will still be what? It will still be sticky over here. So that is what we want to do. So to specifically do that, okay, so first of all, what we are going to do is we're going to go to the left sidebar over here, and then you see the visibility. Let's not even go into visibility. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go to advanced over here, and then with the advanced we're going to click on motion, motion effect over here, and then you see where it says sticky. We say what we want to make it sticky top, okay, and then we want to display it just on the how do you call it, on the desktop. So I'm just going to remove this ones from there, and then we'll say it should stay in its column, okay, and then we want to update it. Okay, so now we have our sticky done. Now also we want to hide this whole thing. Want to hide this whole column when somebody logged in, haven't logged in. Okay, so what we're going to do is you see the stacks visibility over here. That is the visibility logic for Elementor that we installed. So we're going to click on it, and then we want to enable the visibility, and we say show or hide. So hide, and then we can go to you can just even click on at least one, okay, the condition type, or you can say show all, and then hide all, and then you say user role, and then you enable the user role over here, and then you say logged in user. So as you can see, if I say, let me go to the general over here, and I say visibility logic over here. If I say it should hide or show or hide, okay, so what I want to say is I want to show, okay, so it should be shown to only logged in users, okay, so I can be able to update it. So show to only logged in users, so only logged in users, okay, so I'll update it. And then if I go to let's say if I want to go to a different let me say account, so my account, let me just try and see if, yeah, so this is how it looks like. Okay, so it looks something like this. Now I can just click on log out over here, and then have you seen over here when I logged out, what happened? I don't see those widgets that we created again. Okay, so I'm not seeing it again. I'm not seeing those widgets again, and that is exactly what we want. Okay, so if I log in, those things will show. If I log out, I'm not going to see those widgets again. That's exactly what we want. Okay, so that is it. So now that we've hidden this one, now we can go ahead and then also play with with the next container. That is now we are done with the this side. We can play with the next container, or we can design the next container. That is the right side container. Okay, so with the right side container, I think we are also done with it, but there are some petty things that we need to you see, we brought this container over here. Now this container, we want to show something. Okay, so we want to just copy this ones over here and then bring it over here, because we want to show it on mobile and then also on desktop, but mobile and then tablet, but we want to hide it on desktop. Okay, so what we're going to do is we want to just copy this one. We want to say copy, and then we want to paste style. Okay, so let me just paste style, and then it's going to be something like this. Okay, so that is the right container. Okay, so this one over here. So what I'm going to do is see, when I click on this one, I want to go to advanced. Okay, that is the right container. Then unlink the padding. Okay, so that everything is going to be what is going to be perfectly aligned well for me. And then since I have copied this particular one to this place. Now what I want to do is also what I want to do is I want to let me just click on the right container over here. And then what I want to do is I want to just go to this place, and then let me say center it. Okay, so if I center it, it's going to be like this. Okay, but I want to space this one and then put this one items in the center. Okay, it's also going to be like this. Okay, but it's still not what I want. Okay, so I just want to say start. So if I say start, definitely this one will be this one will be particularly over here, which is quite okay. Okay, so this one will be in the center, and then this one will also be like this. Now that I have it like this, okay, I can also decide to just copy this ones and then paste them here. So I'm gonna copy this one, just copy this one, bring this one here. So I'm gonna just paste this one over here, copy this one, just copy this one, also paste it over here, also copy this one, just copy it, and then just paste it over here. Okay, so I'm going to have something like this. Okay, so with this one, what I'm going to do is, so it's too big. Okay, so now let's go to responsive over here. Let's go to responsive over here, and then let's go to tablet. Okay, so on the tablet, what we're going to do is let's just go to the, okay, so this one is the left container, right? Yeah. Okay, so I don't know why it has changed. So let me go back over here and see. Okay, I don't know why the name is not there anymore. So let me just say left side. I don't know why the name have just cleaned. Okay, so this one is 1, 2, 3. Okay, so let's just focus on here and go to the tablet over here, and then with the left side over here we want to hide it. So we go to it advanced over here, and then responsive, we want to just hide it on tablet and then on mobile. Okay, so it's going to be something like this. So just forget about what you see over here. It's not going to be on tablet because we've hidden it. Okay, so just forget it. And then the next one is also with this ones over here. So with this one, once you see it over here, now we can just reduce the size a little bit. So with the width, we can say maybe 22 or 20. Okay, and with this one we can also go ahead and then style it anyhow we want it. So we just reduce the size to, instead of 32, we can reduce the size to let's say 18. Okay, and then with the email also, we can also make it like a 14. Okay, so basically we are good to go. So don't worry if this place is a little bit messy. It will still not show on the on the tablet side. So it's going to show on the tablet file. So I'm going to just click just update it, and then I'll go to the mobile side. So with the mobile also, we will have to just adjust some few things. So we're going to go over here, and instead of 30 we'll say maybe 14. Okay, and then we'll go to this place. We want to unlink, this one's over here, and then with this one also we'll just give it, instead of 30 we'll say maybe 12. Yeah, so 12 is quite okay. So now let's take a look at how it's going to be like. So as you can see, it's going to be like this, but we want this one to come down a little bit. Okay, so what we're going to do is we have to make sure that this one over here, you give it a top margin or padding. Okay, so let's give it like a 50. Oh, sorry, let's give it a bottom. Okay, so bottom 20 or 30 or even 40. Okay, so bottom 40 will be quite okay. So basically this one is also quite okay. We are good to go. So let's take a look at yeah, so we are good to go. So with this one also we just have to create a little bit of space at the top and then at the bottom. If not, we are also good to go. So now what we're going to do is we're going to create another how do you call it, another container over here. Now with the container, we want to showcase some widget over here that is not shown on the how do you call it, on the mobile side of the website. So as you can see, when we hide, we've hidden all the other stuff, but we cannot see how do you say, the other content of the website, which is the details about the navigation details over here. Now we want to fix the navigation over here. Okay, so that's exactly what we're going to do. So what we'll do is I'm going to go over here, and then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to just copy the left container. Okay, so I'm going to copy this left container and I'm going to paste it over here. Okay, so as you can see, the left container is pasted over here, and this is how it looks like. Okay, so with this container pasted over here, I'm going to go to this place, and then instead of the motion effect, instead of the top, I'm going to say bottom, and then also instead of desktop, I'm just going to say mobile, and then also tablet. Okay, and then I'll say stay in it what column. So what it's going to be like, I'm going to check the column of it, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to give it, I'm going to hide it. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to responsive over here, and then show it over here, and then hide it over here. Okay, so on the desktop it is what it is hidden. Okay, but I want it to be what I want it to be full width. So before I even hide it, I'm gonna go over here, and then instead of this one, I'm gonna give it what a full width over here. Okay, now I will delete this particular ones over here. So let me just come right click over here, and then with this container, okay, which is this particular one, so I want to delete it. So I'll delete this one. Okay, so that I will just it will just show this once over here for me. Now with this container, with this container, what I'm going to do is I want it to show on the how do you call it, the horizontal row. Okay, so this is exactly what I want. So as you can see, it is showing this way for me. Okay, and that is exactly what I want. And then this one also, I just want to remove the image over here, and then I'll say designed by, or powered by Kitech Digital over here. Okay, so basically this is what I really want. And then I'll go to advanced over here, click on the edit content over here. I'll go to it advanced over here, and then I'll just remove all the padding and then make it with all round padding of 10. Okay, the same thing applies to this particular container also. I'm going to go to it advanced over here, and then I'm going to go give it all round padding of 10 over here. Now I'm going to go to this one and then position this one in the center. Okay, so it's going to be something like this, and then this one will also be in the center, so everything will align perfectly. The same thing applies to this one. I'm also going to go to the layout, position it in the center, and then make it in the center, so that it's going to be like this. Now I can go ahead and then click on this particular one and then go to advanced over here, and then with a responsive I can hide it on on desktop. Now when I go to mobile over tablet over here, I can be able to just recreate it the way I want it. So I'm going to click on this one and then go to the style over here. Instead of left, I'm going to say top over here. Okay, and then I'll position it in the middle. I'll go to the icon over here. I'll maintain the icon size because everything is fine for me, but I'll go to the content over here, content, and then I'll change the size. So instead of 32, I'm gonna make it like 14. Okay, so let's say 14 is quite okay, and I'll just copy this one, paste style, just paste style, paste style, paste style, paste style, paste style. Let me go over here and then paste style. So it's gonna be something like this. Okay, but what I don't want is I don't want the logout and then the WhatsApp to be over here. So what we're gonna do is we will be putting those things at the top over here. Okay, so that's exactly what we're gonna do. So with this one over here, let me just click on this one and then let me see how it is behaving. So as you can see, it is sticky. Okay, it is sticky at the bottom, and that is what we want. So the same thing applies to what we want over here. So I want to remove this one and this one. Okay, so what I will do is I'll just click on this one over here. What I'm going to do is I want to position it absolute. Okay, so I'm going to go to advanced over here and then change it position from default to absolute. Okay, so at the moment I remove it, you see how it's done. Now now I want to position it this way, and then I want to change the orientation. Okay, so let me just see. So I want to take it up a little bit. Okay, so I think this place is quite okay, and then just bring it here. Okay, so the offset position is quite okay. Now what I want to do is to also change the color. Okay, so over here, as you can see, we have this particular color over here. What I want to do is I just want to remove the background. Okay, so I'll go over here and then just just go to hover background, hover over here. Oh, let me go to background. Yeah, background, hover over here and then click over here, and then I'm going to clear the hover background. So we don't have any hover background again. Let me see the content over here. Now with this one also, I just want to remove this one from here, and then what I will do is I'll change the color to a WhatsApp color, okay, which is a little bit of green, green color. So I'm going to change it to what, this green color over here. Okay, so now that I have this one set up, now when I hover on it, I want the primary color. Let me see, I want the primary color to be, now it doesn't matter. Okay, so with this one, I wanted the primary color to be white. No, green is what is quite okay. But let me go to content over here, and then let me change it to stack. Okay, yeah, this is what I want. And then I'm gonna go and change the icon size. So instead of 10, I want to make it like like a 20, so that it will be a little bit. 25 will be quite okay, so that will be a little bit visible. Okay, it will be a little bit visible. So they will be here. Okay, will be the position will be what will be here. It wouldn't go anywhere. Okay, yeah, so this one will be what quite okay. Now do not worry about distance. When we preview it, it wouldn't go. So I'm going to what, just save this one. Okay, now another one too I want to do is I want to remove the logout from here. Okay, and then bring it at the top. So I want to bring it this side and then the other side. Or better still, I can just keep it this way. Okay, but let me go to the mobile side. Now with the mobile side, this is how it also looks like. Okay, so it's a little bit confusing on the mobile side, but we can fix it. Okay, we can fix everything and make it work. So let's just go over here. Now what we're going to do is we want to make sure that this particular container over here is on top of everything. Okay, so we want to go to advanced and then go to the z index and then give it a z index of 2, maybe 20. This is the container. Let me see. Yeah, okay, so I just want to give it like 100. Okay, I want it to be on top of all the other containers. The same thing applies to the image box over here. Also, I want to give it a z index of 100. Okay, just want it to be on top of all the other containers. Okay, now it is like this because of how the whole thing is what is set up. So what we're going to do is we're going to make sure that we shrink everything down. Okay, so I'll start from the colors. Okay, so with the colors, I'm going to go over here, go to the size over here. Instead of 30, I'm going to give it 12. Okay, so the same thing applies to addresses. Go to style, and then let me just leave the icon as it is and go to content over here. Go over here and then give it 12. Now what we can do is we can just copy this one and then click on paste style over here. Click on paste style over here. Just click on paste style over here also. And then the profile also, we click on paste style. And then this one also, we click on paste style. Okay, so now we have something like this set up. Okay, now what we're going to do is we want to just click on this particular one over here and then go to layout. Okay, so let me just check, with this one you don't have any any kind of like gap over here. But let's go to advanced over here and then see. So with advanced we can unlink this one and then unlink the the padding also, and it still comes down. Okay, so now we have something like this set up for ourselves. Even though it is not good, we can still go ahead and then work it out. So the next thing that we want to do is to come over here and then also reduce the size. So we're gonna go and then go to content over here and reduce the size of the typography a little bit. So instead of 30, I'm gonna say 12. Okay, so now 12 is what is quite okay. Now let's look at this once. So why is this once having an issue over it? Because of what? The padding that we set it up for. So if we reduce all the padding and then we go over here and then we say copy and then okay, so let me just give it a little bit of a padding. Okay, so let's say like a 5, or yeah, like a 5 or on. Okay, so something like this. Okay, so I'm gonna just copy this one, just paste it over here, paste it over here, paste it over here. Okay, so we're gonna have something basically like this. Also paste this one over here, paste. Oh shit, sorry for my language, please. Paste this over here also, and then we paste this one also over here, and then let's say we paste this one also over here. So now we're going to remove two things from here. We're going to remove the dashboard and then the logout. Now the reason why we are removing the dashboard and the logout is we want it to be on top of this place. Okay, so what we will do is we'll click over it just like we did for the for the WhatsApp button over here. We're going to do same for the dashboard. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to it advanced and then change the position over here to let's say absolute. Okay, and then we want it to be on top. Okay, or on the left side, the horizontal orientation should be on the left side, but the offset should be somewhere here, and then it should be on top. Okay, so we can just position it somewhere here. Okay, so you can play around with it and then see how it looks like. If it is okay for you, then you choose it. Okay, it all depends on you. You can decide to choose anyhow you want it to be like for you. So if you don't want this one to be written, that is the dashboard, you can even go ahead and then just remove this one from there. Okay, just making it allowing it to be somewhere like this. So we're going to position this one over here, and I also want to remove the logout. So I'm going to go to logout over here, also go to it advanced, or with the logout also I'm going to just remove the words over there, go to it advanced, and then with the position I'm going to say absolute. Okay, and then I can just drag it over the sorry, I can just then let me just undo everything. Okay, yeah, so everything is undone. Okay, very good. Now I can just click on this one and then just drag it to wherever I want it to be. So I just want it to be here. I want this one also to be here. Now with this one, you can either even change it to fix. Okay, so it depends on you with a absolute. So let's say you want it to be fixed, you can just change it to what? To fix. Okay, and then you can play around with the what? With the offset. So I just want to see where it has gone to. Let me just change the color so that when it falls in the white, I'll see it quickly. Because let me say, okay, red is quite okay. So let me go to it advanced and then quickly change the this one to fix. Okay, so where did it go? Okay, so let me just go over here and see. Okay, so I just need to find where it went to and then correct it. Sometimes I don't know. So let me see where it really went to. Okay, so as you can see, guys, I think it went to the okay, so like this one over here. So it's gonna be positioned at the top. So let me just position it over here and then somewhere like an 18 or 20. Okay, so 70 20, and then it's gonna be fixed over there, because if I yeah, it's gonna be fixed over there somehow like this, and then I'll just make it a little bit bigger. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go back to the content over the style over here, go to icon, and then instead of the 10, the size, the 10, I'm just going to make it like 15 or 20. So let me just make it 15, and then I can decide to change the color to pure white. Okay, so I can do same for also this one over here. So I'll just click over here and then go to position, change it from fixed to absolute to fixed, and then what I'm going to do is I want it to be left right, sorry, and over here I'll say 80 and then 70. Okay, so let's say 20 and then 70. Okay, and I'll go to style, icon size, then I'll change it to 15. Okay, so basically we're gonna have something like this. Okay, so you can go ahead and then play around it. Okay, however you want to play around it. Now don't mind my design, sometimes it happens like that, so you can just go ahead and then play around it anyhow you want it. So if you think the position is not really good for you, if you want to change it, so let's say like an 80, or let's say like let me say like 50, you can do so 50 50. Okay, so you can basically do it like that. So this one will also be 50. Instead of the 70, say 50. So it's gonna be something like this. Okay, so somebody can click here for the how do you call it, for the log out, and then for the dashboard. Okay, so let's just go ahead and then concentrate on the bottom over here. So I'm going to click on this particular box over here, and then how come there's a little bit of space over here? Okay, so let me check the layout over here. Okay, so we have center, so I'm going to remove this one and then see if this one start with okay. So what about this one over here? Okay, so what about space between? Okay, it's also going to be like this. Okay, then what about space around? This is going to be like this. So I'm going to pick space around over here, and then you can also check the space evenly, and then with the space around we can go to the advanced over here, and then with the padding we can just click over here, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to give a top margin of okay, so let me look at this container first before I even check anywhere else. So this one has a padding of this one, and then let me just also check this particular one. Let's see. Okay, so this one also have okay, so we're going to concentrate on this whole container over here. So what we're going to do is we're going to give a top padding of 10 for it, so that there'll be bottom, or let's give it a top margin. Okay, so top margin of this, okay, and give it bottom margin of 10. Okay, so basically -10. Yeah, basically we're gonna have something like this. Okay, so this one will be what will be where you're going to see. Okay, so if this is what we're going to see, then we have to make this one also fixed. Okay, so we'll click on this particular one over here, go to it advanced, and then let's see the motion effect over here, and then the sticky over here we're going to say stick at the top. Okay, and just show it on desktop, tablet, and then mobile. And I'm going to click on update because I don't want it to be moving. Okay, so I'm going to click on update. I don't know why my internet is slow, but I'm sure it's going to work. So it says connection lost. Let me just update it again because I still have internet over here. Okay guys, so now that it is that's been updated, now we can go ahead and take a look. So as you can see, it is fixed at the top over there. Now everything is working the way we want it. Okay, so we don't have any problem again. Everything is now okay. We have created a mobile responsive dashboard for ourselves, and then it is also responsive on tablet, and then also on the on the how do you call it, on the desktop also. So let me check the tablet also, and then let me see if it is also fixed. Yeah, it will still be fixed because I thought it to be fixed. So let's go to the account page itself, refresh it right here. Okay, so we have to hide this one. Okay, we need to hide this one over here, this particular one over here. So as you can see, it is not hidden, so we need to hide it. So how do we hide it? So it's just very simple. We can go to this is the so this one, you can click over here, and then scroll down to responsive over here, and then you will hide it on desktop. Okay, so we're going to update it. Okay guys, so now we have hidden it, so let's go back over here and then refresh it and see the changes that we made, if everything is working perfectly for ourselves. Okay, so everything is what is working perfectly, but the only thing is this one is what is up over here. Okay, so we need to make sure that we fix it either in the middle or somewhere, so that we it will work for us. So let me just click on here, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on center and see if it's going to be at the center, or I can go over here and then give it, like a margin. Okay, so I'm going to go over here and then give it a top margin of, let's say, 5 or 50. Let me just say 50 and see how it's going to be, it's going to work. Okay, so let me go over here and then refresh it. Okay, so 50 is a little bit small, so I can give it like a 500. Okay, so let me refresh it and see. Okay, so this one still did not work. I don't know why it didn't work, but it was supposed to work because we gave it a margin. Okay, so so we gave it on the tablet side. Okay, so it's not there. We give it on the tablet side. Okay, so we can on the tablet side we can just give it like a 50. Okay, so let's say, yeah, like a 50. Okay, but on the desktop side, let's look at the desktop side. So you see on the desktop side it didn't work that way for us, so we can still give a margin. Let's give it a margin of let's say 200. Okay, and let's see, so 200 is quite okay, but we can still push it down a little bit. So let's say 300. Okay, so 300 is what is quite okay, and then we can give it a left margin. So this is a top margin. We can also give it a left margin of 50. Okay, so yeah, 50 also is quite okay. Now we can just update it, and then let's go over here and then refresh it. Okay, so now we have our our thing set up over here. Now the only thing left is I don't know why this one is not sticky. It's supposed to be sticky, right? So I don't know why the sticky did not work, but it's supposed to be sticky. Okay, so it's sticky in some way. Okay, if you look at it, it is still sticky. Yeah, but the sticky is a little bit glitchy, so you can't really have a feel of it well, but it's supposed to be real sticky. Okay, so now I'm going to just add some few shadows and other stuff at the side of this particular column. So the left side column, I'm going to just add some few shadows over there. So let's just go to style over here, and then border, and then we click on border shadow. Yeah, and then I think it's quite okay. So the shadow over there, I feel like it's okay. I'm not going to do anything, just click on the shadow and then it will apply to it. So if I come over here and then I refresh it, I think I'm going to, yeah, so I see a little bit of a shadow over here, which is what's quite okay for me. Now I feel like there is more space over here. Okay, so I could just reduce the space that we gave this column, the margin. So instead of the 300, we can give it like a 150. So like a 150 or so, which will be quite okay for me. Okay, so guys, as you can see, 150 is what is quite okay. Okay, so if you click on the dashboard over here, yeah, so this is quite okay. This is quite okay. Now of course you can decide to do however design that you want, whatever design that you want. Okay, all depends on you. Now let's look at it on the mobile side. Sometimes the mobile side is a little bit glitchy, like I told you. As you can see, it will take a little bit of time for all the caching and other stuff to work before it will be placed well. So as you can see, it is a little bit glitchy, but then um, it's still working. Everything works perfectly fine. Okay, as you can see, all the things that we wanted to appear is appearing over here. Okay, so sometimes it takes me a little bit of time for the developer to the console to really work. I don't know why sometimes it does, but then it happens, and I know sometimes it takes a little bit of time, but everything will come up if you wait for some time for it to load itself or reload itself or whatever it is. Okay, but you can check it on your mobile phone side and you realize that everything is perfectly working fine. Okay, so if you check it and then you feel like, oh, you should position this one's in a way that you want it, you can still do so if you want it. Okay, so basically I think this is how you can be able to customize your WooCommerce dash. Oh, if you look at this one, you realize that there is this gradient thing over inside. Okay, so let's just work on that one also before we bring this particular dashboard tutorial to an end. Now, what the gradient thing you see over here, let me see, the gradient thing you see over here was done using I'm not going to do everything, but I'll just do one for you so that you see how I did it. It was done using the spacer tool, okay, or the spacer widget. Now if you go over here, if you click over here and then you search for spacer, okay, so let me just refresh this whole thing, and then this growth thing should really go away for me. I don't understand why the growth thing is coming over there like that. All right guys, so now that we have the grow gone, now we can go ahead and then like I told you, I use is it a spacer or the divider? Yeah, I think the spacer. Yeah, I use the spacer. You can use the spacer or the divider to do anything that you want to do, design anything that you want to design in Elementor, but I think I use the spacer. Okay, so I'm gonna go over here and then drag in a spacer widget into the container over here. Okay, now that I have the spacer widget over here, now you can see the space over here has done it work just to create space. Okay, but what I want to do is to use it as a design tool. Okay, to design a circle or anything that I want. So what I will do is I can just go ahead and then give it a color so that I will see the color that I'm dealing with. So I'll go to background over here. Okay, and then I'll give it like a gradient color. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pick some two random colors. Okay, so I'm going to pick this yellow over here, just two random colors. I'm going to pick this yellow over here, and then also pick another random like a green or something, or just some random colors. Okay, so let's say this particular two colors over here. Now that I have this one done, now what else do I need to do? So let me check the layout and see. Okay, so with the default width over here, so I can change it to a custom width, and then I can do maybe let's say this one is 100. Okay, let's say it's 100. Okay, I can go over here and then change the custom width, because this one is basically like the height of it. Now I can change the custom width, okay, to anything that I want. So I can change it to let's say 20, which is going to be something like this. Okay, so if I want it to be a circle, then I need to reduce it a little bit to match the the size of the other one. So since I've made that one 100, let's say I'll make this one also like 15. Okay, now what I'll do is I'll go ahead and then let me see, So with the border over here, okay, I'll go ahead and then change the radius to, let's say, 100. So if I change the radius to 100, what happens? It changes to what? A circle. So if you see over here, it's gonna be something like this, which is not really a circle. So what I can do is I can still reduce, reduce the layout. Okay, I can still reduce the layout a little bit. So let's say I'll make it like a 10. So if I make it like a 10 and I go over here, it's a circle. So meaning that 100 is to what? Is to 10. So now I have this circle done. Now what I can do is I can also go to the background over here. Okay, and then instead of this let me see. So the color, the gradient color, we have it over. Instead of the type linear, I can make it with a radial. Now if I make it a radial, it's gonna be like this. Now I can just change the location anyhow I want it. Okay, so anyhow I want it, I can just decide to play around with the location and how I want it to behave or whatever it is. And then I can also decide to just reduce the opacity of the colors. Okay, so I can reduce the opacity of the colors and then to make it a little bit transparent. Okay, yeah, so now I have something something like this. Okay, now this is just an example I'm giving you. Now I can to put it anywhere that I want. Now what I want to do is I want to make the z-index to be a negative so that it will be under this particular thing. So what I would do is I would give this one a z-index of, let's say, -5. Okay, and then I'll give it what is it, the position. Okay, I'll give it an absolute position so that I can be able to move it around anywhere I want. Okay, and that is it. So I can just position it this way, position it that way, position it this way, position it that way, depending on how I want it. Even with the offset, I can decide to go up and down. I can decide to move it this way. Okay, now if I am not if I think I am okay with it, I can decide to even duplicate this one. Okay, just duplicate it and go to it, advanced over here, and also change its offset. So let's say I want to change it in a different way, I can do that. And then even with the colors, also go to its background. Okay, go to the background and then just play around with the colors. Okay, so I can go ahead and play around with the colors that I chose. Okay, just move around with it. Okay, so just do it anyhow you want it and then just update it. You get a very nice colorful background for your website. So if I refresh this one over here, so let me just close this one and refresh it. So as you can see that I have a very nice colorful background over here for my website. So guys, this is how you can be able to create your own dashboard, custom dashboard for yourself and then for your client. Okay, thank you for watching this tutorial. I hope this tutorial helps you a lot to be able to create your own dashboard for yourself or for your client. See you in the next video. Bye bye. Before you go, please don't forget to like and subscribe to this channel. Please subscribe to the channel so that we grow together. We want to get to 10,000 subscribers before the end of the year. Please share the video, please like and subscribe. Bye bye.